Now, could the state give another $150 million to pay off its own debt at the Scout Motor site?
The state has promised to pay to cover costs at that site, but now it has racked up millions of dollars that they didn't plan for. News 19's Josie Frost is joining us from the State House to explain.
The state previously paid more than $1 billion to get Scout Motors to build its new assembly plant here in Richland County. But now a state agency is asking for millions more. Back in 2023, Scout Motors was looking to build a new assembly factory, bringing thousands of dollars and millions of jobs invested into the state. In order to bring that plant here, the state agreed to pay more than $1 billion to prepare that site in Blythewood, where they would break ground.
It was covered in trees, vegetation and creeks and all this type of stuff. And it was at a steep incline. And in order to build a factory like this, of course, you need a clear site and you need it to be completely flat.
But ultimately, it cost more than the state had budgeted for. The Department of Commerce says much of the extra cost stemmed from an order to stop due to an environmental permitting issue. In a statement, a spokesperson for the department said, quote, "Work was stopped until January 2024, creating a cost buildup and ultimate budget overrun until the wetlands permit was issued and work recommenced." Additionally, 2024 had a significantly higher than average rainfall that also contributed to delays in construction. The agency says the $150 million request is not new money for Scout, but rather to pay contractors and partners for work that's already been completed.
Money is owed to SCDOT for work that they've done. Money is owed to Richland County. They have hired Thomas and Hutton to do a lot of the infrastructure work. There are bills there to be paid. And there's also bills that need to be paid for the wetlands mitigation to get the Corps of Engineers permit.
Lawmakers have asked for a state audit into how the department's part of the project was handled and what caused the cost overrun to get so high. Meanwhile, Scout has said it was uninvolved in this request for new funding.
We have not had cost overruns. We are certainly not asking for any money to cover cost overruns that we don't have.
Now, lawmakers did not make a decision on this in the budget that they finalized last week. Instead, a separate committee will look at this request as well as hundreds of millions of dollars worth of earmarks, and they'll decide whether to fund each of those requests with the leftover money from this year's budget. Reporting at the State House, Josie Frost, News 19, WLTX.
Well, that committee is expected to make a decision by the end of September.